That is a tight shot on a mustache, is it not? Mm-hmm. The American Film Institute has twice proclaimed Citizen Kane, that being the final line of dialogue from the movie, the greatest film of all time.
I had to watch that in college in a class.
Typical.
Once. Yeah,
Typical film class.
A new movie based on the man who wrote Citizen Kane is out today, and our TCL movie guy sits down with one of the stars. Take a look.
Hello, everyone.
Make yourself to home, Mr. Mankowitz, or shall I call you Herman?
Please, call me Mank.
Do you think you would have wanted to be an actress in the old studio system?
Yes.
Oh.
It wasn't very equal, but I certainly think that there are a lot of women who wore the pants in those days in some ways that we don't even know about. But also, I even though it was a man's world for sure, I think it was so glamorous. And the part of the reason why I got into acting when I was so young was because it seemed so glamorous, and I got to perform and make people laugh. And I don't doubt that I would have been even more, attracted to that whole world.
Welcome to my mind, old sock.
Him, I get. But what did Marion ever do to deserve this?
It's not her.
It looks like it was shot like old movies were back then, like sound stages, backlots with the lighting. How would you say that this experience is different than maybe movies contemporary set that you've worked on, or even how David Fincher works compared to other directors that you've worked with?
Well, in reading his Sunday Times Magazine article, which is incredibly in depth, I realized the steps he took to make this feel and look, and I mean, it was as accurate as it could possibly be, as authentic as it could possibly be to the time. He actually said in the article that he wanted it to feel like it was made concurrently with Citizen Kane, and I think he nailed it.
Well, thank you so much. It was great talking to you. I could have mentioned so many other projects, Twin Peaks, of course, but thank you so much. Congrats on Mank. It's a really excellent picture.
Thank you.
Well, she seems just lovely. Paul, as we watched that, it has us talking about just kind of the romantic era of Hollywood and the old studio system. So now, let's shift from that and talk about Mank, this option that's available now on Netflix. What'd you think?
I really love this movie. I mean, I love film history, so I love that kind of behind-the-scenes look at Citizen Kane and how Herman Mankiewicz, played by Gary Oldman, went to try to finish this screenplay as he's battling a broken leg, as he's battling alcoholism. So there's a lot of look at how the film industry has either changed over years, and there's a lot of talk about politics at the time. So again, a really great history lesson. Now history tends to repeat itself if we don't learn from it. And you've got David Fincher, who directed it. And it's stunning. It looks and sounds exactly like a movie did at the time. So you may be thinking, is my sound off? Is the picture off? No, like he makes it look and sound as if you're watching a classic movie from that era.
Ticket stubs.
4.5 out of 5. I really loved it. A little bit slower, so just know that going in. But again, I think there's a lot you can take out of it, and you don't need to be a cinephile like myself to enjoy it.
Okay.
Let's talk about this next one. It's available on Amazon Prime. It's called The Sound of Metal. What's this all about?
It's about a heavy metal drummer who wakes up one day and notices that he's lost his hearing. So that's Riz Ahmed, who plays this drummer, and is now dealing with the fact that he can no longer play the drums, essentially. He no longer knows the life that he's had. So it's about loss of life, loss of hearing. And he's also an addict. This has been one of my favorite movies of the year. It is just stunning. And what is so special about this movie is that it's made for the hearing impaired audience. So most of the movie is subtitled. There's a lot of American Sign Language in it. And there are scenes where those scenes are not subtitled. So it's really made for them. And Riz Ahmed, one of the best performances of the year, stunning, vulnerable. Like, you think he's going to be this erratic guy, but it's such a fine balance. It really hit me deep.
Wow, and it's available at home right now on Amazon Prime. Ticket stubs for that one, Paul.
5 out of 5 ticket stubs.
Whoa!
Really?
I loved it. And don't sleep on it. Like, I think if you watch it, you'll be like, I'm so glad I took the time to watch this movie.
Oh, that's
Okay,
really
Amazon
interesting
Prime.
to hear.
Okay, do we have time for our last one?
Yeah, one
Happiest
more.
season?
If you want a really great Christmas movie, go to Hulu. It stars Kristen Davis, Mackenzie Davis, and they're a couple who go home for the holidays, and Kristen Stewart learns that her girlfriend is not out to her parents yet. So it's this coming out story. It takes place around Christmas, obviously. So if you like The Family Stone, you will like this movie because it's got those uncomfortable family moments, but it's sweet, it's touching, it will make you cry, and it's actually really, really funny as well.
Okay, and it's interesting. You mentioned that, Paul, because Kristen Stewart, when people think of her, I think they often think it's going to be an angsty performance where it's going to be heavy drama and not a lot of warm personality. Do we see a different side of Kristen Stewart?
yeah, you do see a different side of her. She's really warm in this, and she has to put up a lot in this movie, and she really holds her own in terms of what this character is facing. And Mary Steenburgen is great. I just think it's a really well-rounded movie, and we have a gay couple as the leads of a Christmas movie, and we never get that. So the representation here is really important and really key.
Okay, ticket stubs, Paul.
4 out of 5 for this.
Wow, you got some good reviews.
Boy, Paul's in a good mood today.
Yeah, he sure is.
Really nice. Paul, it's good to see you, buddy. As always, you can visit Paul's website. It's paulschiptothemovies.com for updates on movies and streaming services. You can also listen to Paul. He's on the Colleen and Bradley Show on My Talk 107.1 every Friday. You can watch him on demand on his YouTube channel. It's also called Paul's Trip to the Movies.
He's all over the place. TCL's Movie Trip is brought to you by Muska Lighting. Now is a great time to shop at Muska Lighting because you can take 30 to 50% off specially marked items in store during their display sale. You can shop their locations in Roseville or Eden Prairie, and these discounts are for in-store items only. And again, only select items are available at a discount. You can also shop online for other great products at muskalighting.com.
I am looking forward to seeing this. I think you will be too. Next up, how a group of students gave their professor a big surprise over their daily Zoom call. Stay there.
Thanks to Muska Lighting for sponsoring TCL's Movie Trip. Replace old and dated fixtures with a new light and change the look and feel of your home. Our mudroom fixture from Muska Lighting is a total showstopper. We get compliments from everyone who walks through the door. Talk to the experts at Muska Lighting in Roseville and Eden Prairie for help finding the perfect light for you.